This is Mpcardsandgames doing a new series on my channel. Sorry I haven't uploaded for a while, but I had problems. I had camps, assessments, a holiday, and then I had problems with a few videos I was doing. I got a mega tin, but it had didn't have Pot of Desires. It had two proxies instead, and it was missing a few other cards. So I eventually got that resolved with Konami. And now I got the full proper product with it. Plus I had opened other mega tins in the meanwhile. So yeah, I'll hopefully have those videos up. And I was also meaning to do another one, but the video deleted on me before I uploaded it. But as you see, I'm playing a game called Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. I still do play the real Yu-Gi-Oh! TCG. I haven't quit that. And at the moment I am building, of course, a meta deck spirals, but I'm still missing a double helix, some firewalls, some super agents, and a Varaload, and I'm waiting for that new spiral link monster. But this is Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. It's a pretty much a more basic version of Yu-Gi-Oh! But it's not like from the beginning of the game where they have beginning of the game cards. It's pretty much most cards that are in this game aren't really that good in the TCG, but just makes it a lot different of a format, which is fun. I know even a top tier player, Billy Break, quit actual Yu-Gi-Oh! And started to only play Duel Links and Hearthstone. It is for the mobile devices and all the pad devices, and will soon be going on to computer. At the moment there is a Crowler event, but today I'll be showing you some of the best decks and how they've actually hit them on the ban list. Most of these best decks are only ones I've built. There are other decks under it because a lot of the decks are fairly close, but there's two that are like way better than the rest, and then ones that go under that, and then under that, a bit like normal Yu-Gi-Oh! But yeah, I do think Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links is fun, and if you're getting a bit bored with a stale format, I'd play this if you're getting a bit bored with spirals, because I started playing this when around the mid to end part of Zoo, when it got really boring, and there's heaps of characters, but like in Yu-Gi-Oh! Varanes, the TV series, there's in that they do it like a speed duel format, so it's 4,000 life points, 5 extra cards. They have special skills, and they have 3 monster zone, 3 spell and trap zone, 1 field spell, no pendulums, no synchro, and no exceed. So it makes it a lot less complicated. Also no links. So it makes it a lot less complicated, and not it's fun in a different way from real Yu-Gi-Oh! But today I'll be showing you some of the meta decks in there, and showing you a few duels and how they've changed some of the meta decks. And in this game I have gotten to King of Games, which is the highest rank. And I've got it just before this tournament they do called the KC Cup, and you instantly get into round 2. It's like saying you instantly get into day 2 of a YCS. And then if you end up winning the YCS, you can go to a World Championship. If you win the case, come in the top, I think it's like the top 4 or something of the KC Cup. Oh no, I think it's actually top 500 of the KC Cup in your region. You get to go to the qualifiers, the regional or the Duel Links regional qualifiers, and then after that, I think you get to go to Worlds. I know Timmy, the World Championship of Duel Links, has made it to Worlds, but it was a bit different last season compared to this season. But the Tier 0 deck in Duel Links at the moment, and the deck I got to King of Games with, was Cyber Angels. I was playing a restart variant. A lot of people play balance, or some people play beatdown, but usually balance is the norm, just because it usually would guarantee you most things. But unfortunately, Econ, I did play with balance at the beginning of the format, but I kept on bricking with Econs, so I decided restart, and restart wasn't much worse, and if I really had a bad hand, I could just shuffle it back in. The hard thing was, at the beginning of the season, since these cards were very new, I still didn't have all my Dakinis and my and my Sonic Birds or my Senjus, but I ended up getting one Sonic, one Senju. I could get more, but a ban list happened mid-month when I was trying to get another Sonic. I do not actually spend any money, and this is a fairly decent free-to-play deck. The only cards at this stage when I got it you really needed to spend money on was Sonic Birds and Senjus, and you could play more budget versions of the deck, but it was a lot of grinding to get this deck. It's a very big grind deck, but is fairly cheap, and the system of money in this game is gems, where you can get packs for essentially free, but it does take a bit of an effort to get gems. You can also just buy packs, but I haven't bought packs since I spend way too much in real Yu-Gi-Oh, so I'm not going to spend on a digital game. But this is my deck list for King of Games. I ran 3 Dakini, the boss monster of the deck, 1 Edaton, because you can only get 1 Edaton. You can only get 1 Edaton from a drop reward. Some cards are drop rewards, and not drop rewards, sorry, level up reward from Alexis. Some are level up rewards from leveling up characters. So yeah, you could only get it from leveling up. Then 3 Ben 10. This is also a drop reward like Dakini, so you can get them from farming Alexis, which farming is like continuously dueling but for higher points. I'll have to explain more of the inner sides about Duel Links probably in the next video. One Sonic Bird I would play more if I had more, but it comes from the original pack, but it's pretty hard to pull since it's an Ultra. And then Senju came from the, I think, 2 packs later, but it also came with the Mirror Wall. It also had the Mirror Wall set, but this took me so long. This didn't really want me to pull it. It took me ages. And then 2 Petite. You can only get 2 Petite in Duel Links at the moment because they're both level up rewards. Then I run the 2 Machine Absolute Ritual. 3 Enemy Controller in Duel Links. Enemy Controller is one of the best cards just because it allows to switch in defense and take a monster. I know in real Yu-Gi-Oh! It never really saw that much play. But against Dakini, which Dakini's effect is that you can actually, when this card is ritual summoned, you can select one of your opponent's monsters. If this card is ritual summoned, you can make your opponent send 1 monster they control, their choice, to the graveyard. So this avoids Toons, which was a really competitive deck until this deck came along, and I haven't actually built it yet since I haven't got Pegasus, but I really do want to build that deck. But this is just really good. But if they econned it, econ take, so they tribute their monster, and then take this, they could choose to send your monster. So at the beginning of the format, and for quite a while in the format, it was a very good play to econ take. And even just put in defense is good. Also, Dakini has all ritual monsters can inflict piercing battle damage, so that means inflict damage in defense position. And also, once per turn during the end phase, it could add 1 ritual monster or 1 machine angel ritual from their grave to their hand. And the only machine angel ritual was this one. The other one is an absolute, so it doesn't get added back to the hand. And then Edaton, when it's special summoned, you can add 1 machine angel ritual or if this was ritual summoned with machine angel ritual, you can special summon it with machine angel ritual, but if this card is ritual summoned, add 1 ritual spell card from your deck or your grave to your hand. So you do that with another card, which is a really good combo, which I might be able to show you in a game. And also, if this card is tributed, you can make all ritual monsters you control gain 1,000. This is really good against the mirror match or against something like Ancient Gears. So you tribute this off by using the ritual spell to summon a Dakini, and you tribute another monster, and then you get all your ritual monsters have more attack. And then Benten is pretty much when it destroys a monster, it inflicts battle damage equal to that monster's defense. Also, if this card is tributed, you can add one light fairy monster from your deck to your hand. So there's a combo where you summon this by pitching this, and then you get to add either this or this plus one of these two. And one of these two, which were really good. And then Sonic Bird just allows you to add one ritual spell from your deck to your hand, and then Senju allows you to add one ritual monster. Petite allows you to add one Cyber Angel monster or Machine Angel ritual from your deck to your hand. Then Machine Angel ritual does have its uses, but isn't as Machine Absolute ritual has its uses, but it isn't as good as the other ritual spell. But it says if this card can be used as a ritual spell for any Cyber Angel ritual monster. You must also tribute monsters from your hand or field and or shuffle fairy or warrior type monsters from your grave into the deck whose total levels equal the level of the ritual monster. That's what makes it not as good as the other one, because it has to exactly equal, so you need to have something like Petite and one of these two to actually make Dakini with it. But it's still not a bad card, and it has sometimes in situations it can be better than Machine Absolute Ritual. But Machine Absolute Ritual is this card can be used to ritual summon any Cyber Angel ritual monster. You must also tribute monsters from your hand or field whose total levels equal or exceed the level of the monster you ritual summoned. If a light monster you control would be destroyed by battle or card effect while this card is in your grave, you can vanish this instead. So the reasons why this card's better is because you could exceed the level. I know it wasn't from grave, but you could exceed the level. So if you had this and this, you can still make Dakini, or if you have this Edaton or Benten, you could still make Dakini. And then also you could vanish to protect. So if they had in the mirror match, if they attacked, you could just vanish, or if they had something bigger than you. The last card is Anti-Magic Arrows. This is just a tech, but a lot of people are running it at the moment because there's more back row at the moment than there's ever been in Duel Links. There is no MST in Duel Links. The only equivalent is Storm and this card. And it says at the beginning of the battle step, for the rest of this turn, after this card resolves, spell trap card and their effects cannot be activated. Cards and effects cannot be activated in results, so they can't Champion's Vigilance or Solemn Scolding this, so this is pretty much unnegatable. But it can only be used during the battle phase, but there is no main phase 2 when you go dueling, so that's one thing you've got to be aware about. And also the skill I'm using is Restart, so you can choose if you want to shuffle your entire hand back into your deck at the beginning of the duel and open a new hand. So that was the Cyber Angel deck recently. Most people may have played another Senju or Sonic. And then here is the ban list that came around halfway through this month when I was trying to grind. I've just got to find where the ban list is. It hasn't dropped yet, so that's why I can still play those cards, but it drops just before a big tournament, the KC Cup that I've already mentioned. And the KC Cup, it's like a regional essentially, but it comes with some really good stuff according to the last one. I didn't actually do the last one, but I've looked into it. So this is going to be the new list is going to hit Machine Angel Ritual to 1. No cards are actually banned in Duel Links. It also hits Champion Vigilance and Spirit, but I'll talk more about them maybe in another video, because this video is going to be pretty long. So I think this will just be dedicated to Cyber Angels, the deck. But Machine Angel Ritual, like I said, is your better of the two, and now you only have one. So you only have one searchable ritual spell by most of your stuff except for Sonic Bird and Egerton, but your Batik can't search this, and your Dakini can only get this from the grave, not the other card. And now it's a decision to get it from your grave to your hand or keep in the grave to vanish to save. And it's the only ritual spell in Cyber Angels where you can exceed the level. So that really hurts the deck. That's why I stopped investing in trying to get my other Senjus and Sonic Birds. Because the deck's still okay with only one Sonic Bird and Senju, but with one of this, it severely hurts it and makes it from tier 0 to probably tier 1. It's like it's like in Zoo format, if they had hit Barrage and Broad Bull to 1 and Trident to 1, it wouldn't have made the deck bad, it just would have made it probably close to everyone else's level. And then they're also hitting the skills, they're also hitting the skill balance, so it won't guarantee you open with as much as you wanted to, so that makes the deck worse as well, but it makes other decks also worse as well, and that was a generic skill. So this is the deck I've built this deck if I'm going to play Cyber Angels at the KC Cup. For the KC Cup, you can play more than one deck. So if you fail at playing one deck, you can play another. But this is probably, if I'm playing Cyber Angels at the KC Cup, this will be the variant that I'll play. It's not much different. But I'll tell you the differences. I'm not sure if I should run another ritual spell, which is a light generic ritual spell, but it's a bit like Absolute Ritual where you can't exceed the level. So I'm not sure if I'm going to play that. I might play one copy, but this is the deck at the moment. 3 Dakini, 1 Egerton, 3 Benten, which is normal, 1 Sonic, 1 Senju, 2 Cyber, but one difference is Skull Angle. It allows you to draw one when it's flipped, but the primarily you use it because it's a level 2 light fairy, so you can use Absolute Ritual with any of your other rituals except Dakini to make another Dakini, which is really good. Plus the draw one can come in handy. Only 2 econs, because we do play another card which is pretty handy, and also we can't risk as many monsters as much as we used to be able to. We play a 1 Machine Angel Ritual because it's going to get hit. We still play Restart because Balance is going to get worse, so you won't really want to play Balance after this. And 1 Wall of Disruption. It's a new good card from the newest box set, and it says when your opponent's monsters declare an attack, all attack position monsters your opponent controls loses 800 for each monster they control. So it can make most of their monsters 0 attack if they have heaps on the field. So it is just a nice card. It's still in theory though, so this is not my defined version of the new deck, but I can show you the old version in action and the new version in action, and I'll do it in ranked duels, of course. I'll start off with the old version before the hits, and then I'll do the other version. The newer version's a bit less consistent, but then again I am playing a few more draw cards, so it might be a little bit. As you see, I'm at King of Games. It took me so long, it was almost the end of the season. I pretty much, probably by the time I uploaded it would be 3 days, but 3 to 2 days, but it just took me so long to get there, and I was up to Legend 3, and then I had a default, or sorry, not a default, but where it drops out glitch, but nothing else in my house dropped out with Wi-Fi, and it said it had full bars. Sometimes I think Duel Links is a bit rigged and it drops out, and it just doesn't have very good communication, but we'll be versing against some guy from another country. Oh, he's playing Weevilburn. We did lose to a few of these just because they're trolly and they don't care about anyone. It's not a meta deck, Weevilburn, but it is a very trolly deck. We'll have to restart because this isn't a very good hand. You want at least one. You want the ritual monsters, but you also want something to get the ritual spells. This is not very good. You want more the other ritual spell at the moment. But we pretty much bricked. But we drew Econ to help protect us. So that isn't the best opening hand, especially for this tier 0 deck. We didn't draw very well, but even with restart. But you do get that in any deck, even in Spiral and Zoo, you still had those bad hands. Even though this is supposed to hurt us, it actually isn't too bad because now we get a guaranteed being able to ritual summon. So usually this would hurt us. Now he's going to make us... No, he's going to draw 2, which is good for him. But we're going to lose 1,000 and this will be specialed. But at least we will be able to get a ritual. Yeah, he's playing... Yeah, he's definitely playing Burn. Yeah. Oof. Yeah, that card actually got limited because it was considered 2 broken Duel Links. It was limited a while ago. It was the only card on the ban list for like a few months. Until this recent ban list will come out. And this new ban list where it hits Cyber Angels will drop on the 6th of November, so not very long, so you don't have very long to play the variant I'm playing at the moment. In the other variant, you might want to play anti-magic arrows anyway. I've just forgotten to add it. Typical me, I forgot to do something, but look at how much damage I've just done there. Usually I'd pop something, so even if he had anything on the field, it still wouldn't have really helped him. Oh, whoops, we should have added something back, but we can probably misplay and still win with this deck, as long as we're not versing the mirror match or another, like, great deck. Well, yeah, now we're getting, probably going to take another 1,000. As long as he can't deal 1,000 within this turn, we should be okay. Oh, he stunned our best monster. So that is a pain in the... Oh, we're going to take 1,000, I think, during our turn. So this is probably a bad example about how good this deck is, but you all know, like, even Spirals can lose to, like, Trickstars, so... Like, yeah, that's just how the cookie crumbles, but... Yeah, we're going to actually... It's not a very good recommendation, but we are going to surrender just because we're already at such a high rank that we can't get demoted from King of Games. So I'd rather show you like a good duel where we're not versing some sack dude who probably lives in his mum's closet and lives in his mum's attic and has no friends. Just an assumption, but probably pretty accurate for a guy playing Burn. But yeah, Cyber Angels is fun, but it's also very sacky, and probably not as many people like you. Also, for that giveaway that I did for the token, the person who won was yugioh. I already given him the token, and he's already given me the details, and yeah, it sounded pretty good, but it sounded pretty weird that his name was yugioh. But yeah, now we're Bandit Keith. I wonder what he's playing. He might be playing... I don't think he'll be playing Cyber. A lot of times in King of Games, people are just playing fun decks because why not? They're like at the highest rank. So I'll be able to show you hopefully the Dakini combo, the Egerton. Okay, this sort of scares me not knowing what he's got. Another good ability in Duel Links is... Another good ability in Duel Links with Cyber Angels is Mind Scan, which you can get with Pegasus, but I don't actually have Pegasus at the moment. But there is a Pegasus. Pegasus will be unlockable at the gate very soon, again, but he'll be permanently there, supposedly, with the Paradox Brothers, which I do have. So now we're going to summon Egerton, discarding Bunton. So now we essentially get... We probably could have ended up... Oh no, we couldn't have really ended up with double Dakini, but we can... If his back row isn't real, if this back row is false, we can kill him. If it isn't, it doesn't really matter, because we're going to have a lot of advantage, and even more disruption would hurt us, but it wouldn't kill us. Like, Econ would probably be the worst thing to happen to us right now, but even then we've still got 1600 poke plus our econ, so it's not that bad. So we're going to activate effect. You don't always want to activate effect if you're really sure it's an econ, or if you are playing mind scan and know it's an econ. Yeah, it's an econ like I predicted. I'm wondering what he's going to tribute though. Oh, interesting. He's playing some weird union deck. So yeah, that's an example of a good play of searching, but also an example of how your Dakini can get blown out by econ. So even if you're versing Cyber Angels, that's a really good play. Econ take. An econ enemy controller is a Kyber farm card, but you can also get it off your tickets. So it's a great card. I'd recommend it if you are beginning Duel Links. Okay, we're wondering what that set cards. So, we know what his ability is. He's playing another econ, but that sort of helps us again because now we've got 2,000 booty, so that doesn't really hurt. But yeah, usually you can OTK. I've just had like bad examples, and our opponents actually had the out. But yeah, sorry about the slow game. But some games, if you look it up on the internet, some games can go like they can get OTK'd within 2 turns, and for Duel Links that's pretty like really good, like really good. Okay, now he's going to attach, which is going to be a little bit of pain. He's going to activate. We have econs though, so it doesn't really bother us. Econ. So we're going to switch. So essentially now he's given us more attack. I know he's given himself more attack, but if we can summon a sufficient monster, okay, Senju, that's good. So we'll summon our Senju. Senju allows us to search for Dakini. So now we can probably kill him. If we can't, we're very close. And this is an example of why this card, Machine Angel Ritual, is sometimes better than Absolute. Just because I should have econed first. I realised that would have been a better... Oh no, not really. I wouldn't have gained the attack. But I would have got rid of another monster. But I think thanks to that card, he's boosted our attack even more. So now we're going to have like 4,000 monster, unless that's a Sphere Karibo, which is one of the only hand traps in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. He's pretty much screwed, which that might possibly be a Sphere Karibo. But we've still got an enemy controller. No, it isn't. And you see, we win. Like, that's how good Dakini is. It just pops, and then with all your other cards, it's so synergetic. Now we'll do the one pre-ban list. So, this is pre-ban list. Now we're going to do one post-ban list, when the ban list will be in effect. Ranked is really good, but not for beginners. Or for beginners, I'd recommend getting your 30 duels, win 30 duels, and then get your tickets. But I'd recommend more leveling up and farming and grinding than actually bothering with ranked. Unless there's a big event like the KC Cup, but I wouldn't even bother trying to get too high in the case in ranked now because there's only a few more days. And rank changes every month, so you get demoted, I think, about 10 to 5 ranks. I think we just chose the wrong deck. Yeah, we just chose a pretty bad deck. But we'll choose the other Cyber Angel deck. So this is post-ban list. I think I might want to add anti-magic arrows, but I'll do that another time. I'll just see how it goes without anti-magic arrows, but I'll probably only do one post duel. I know I did 2 before duels, but we were versing a Saki burn deck, and I am running a bit short on time. So Yeah, this video is already half an hour long, so I'm sorry about that. No, I don't. At this stage of the channel, I don't do ads, so I don't get paid any extra for making a long video, and I don't get any more recognition for making a long video. So, no, it doesn't really help me, a long video. Long video just hurts a bit more because it takes me more time to edit, and it's more annoying in the long run, but I do owe a lot of videos for that time I've missed. Oh, we go first. In Cyber Angels, it's one of those decks, not like normal Yu-Gi-Oh, where you actually want to go first. This is a pretty good hand. I'm not sure what he's playing because he's playing Restart, but Restart's such a generic skill that it really doesn't, you can't really tell what they're playing. Unless it's maybe a certain character, then it might be a bit more predictable. So here's the combo again where we get to do Egerton Benton play. So it's a pretty good combo, especially because it does leave you with a 16/2000 defense, 1600/2000 defense, 1600 attack, 2000 defense, and a 2700 beta. And still you're able to eventually recur more card advantage, so it's a pretty good hand. So we want to do that. We want to add Absolute just because that's better in this situation, not in most. So activate, summoning. Like, we probably could have played the other one now that I think about it, just because we could have got another Monster Tail hand, but at least we're not losing resources. In this situation, I might add the Machine Angel. I don't usually go and add the Machine Angel ritual, but I forgot we're doing posts, so we only get one now. So it's good to add it back a lot of the time, just because it's very rare and very good to have, because it's the only one that can exceed the level. Yeah, we are versing the mirror match. I sort of was predicting, but the best thing to have against the mirror match is always 2 monsters. You never want 1 monster against the mirror match, because then it gets Dakini'd, and usually it will be your own Dakini, and then you get OTK'd a lot easier. So we're not sure what that set back row is. We could play Super Rush. Yeah, he's playing Super Rush Headlong. A good card. Usually it wasn't too good against this. That was why that card got phased out of the meta for a bit, because of this deck. But now, because Machine Angel Ritual just got put to 1, is the reason why it isn't that good. It's sometimes okay to do this play where you tribute the Dakini. Yeah, now he's going to activate that, but that also hurts him. So now he can't activate that either. So it doesn't really bother me that he did that. Now my 1 copy in deck is useless, or not deck, my 1 copy in field. It used to be a lot better against this deck when you had 3 of that card. It's when they locked down the other one that you're more sore about now. Just because the other one's at 3 and you only have 1 copy of 1 card, not how you potentially had 2, 3 and then 3, 3 if you really wanted to. So we won't be able to OTK, of course, now, just because we can't search any ritual spell, and even if we could, via the previous rules, you played Curse Seal, so we can't really do anything. But now we've got the 2 monster rule, and we've got Econ, so we can Econ take, and we're going to deal a bit of damage. It seems like he's bricked, and he's probably hurt himself. If he's playing post pre-ban list, he's hurt himself more, and if he's playing post-ban list, he's hurt himself just as much as he hurt me. But yeah, at the moment I am testing in King of Games just because you can't lose a rank. Yeah, he's going to add, but it depends on what he adds is what I'm afraid of or not. So I'm pretty fine with him doing that. He probably now knows I do have the Econ face down, but that doesn't really matter. That puts more fear into him. Yeah, but he curse sealed, so I don't know why the hell he's doing that. I'm pretty sure he can't use that, or can he? I forgot what curse seal. I thought curse seal just forbid from using it for the entire duel, but I guess it's only a one-way treatment. But now he'll probably, yeah, he's gonna activate the kingy effect. I'm pretty sure we get to legally respond. Yeah, we will respond with a no, but he is playing pre, so he's doing it that dirtily way by playing it before the ban list. I'm playing it after the ban list will drop, so I'm testing pretty much for after instead of before. I don't think he will be able to make another one this turn, but it could still be possible. Yeah, he's making another one, which is a bit annoying, but if we can draw Absolute Ritual, we can still capitalize and end up destroying his monster, so we need to draw an Absolute for that to happen, or a Sonic Bird. Either one works for me. It is very annoying, though, that he did get it off, but it just shows in the mirror match how you really need two monsters against this deck, and that if you're playing an inferior version, like, because of course it just shows the potential between before ban list and after ban list, and this is our opponent's playing before ban list and we're playing after ban list rules. So yeah, we've bricked now, as we would have had more chances of drawing it with this, but then again he did curse seal. I just want to read curse seal effect before we finish up for the day. But curse seal, discard one spell, negate the activation. If you do, your opponent, yeah, it's your opponent. I thought it was both players. That's one reason why I didn't play it in the deck for very long. But also that card can be bricky because you want your ritual spell, especially when the ban list happens. You'll want it more than ever. So now we're gonna get killed. But the ban list does slow down this deck. It doesn't make it bad though, because as you saw, we still probably could have beat, if we'd drawn the Absolute, we probably still would have beaten our opponent. So yeah, this is Duel Links, one of my new things for my channel, and I'm really enjoying Duel Links. Recommend, if you're getting bored with the game, or even if you want to just have a new aspect to the game, play a bit of Duel Links. MP Cards and Games signing out.